This is Katie.
And this is Patience.
And we're Gummy Buddies. Welcome. I like how we always say welcome like people are physically coming to our booth with us. Welcome, all of you.
It'd be cool if we had like a little virtual audience.
Oh my gosh. Like, for every person that says they're a regular listener, we'll like put a little Lego audience in front of us. And on the desk, we'll just have this little...
Genius. I think
it'd be so cute. And you get to pick your Lego character.
What is it? You know, like in people's streams where people have their little characters at the bottom of the screen?
Oh yeah, like the little digital...
That would be funny.
That is cute. I like that. So, it's Patience's topic tonight. We're very excited.
It's going to be a little different.
She's poured her heart and soul into this sucker for the past, 3 weeks. She's been doing so much research. It's, a very extensive topic thing, and I don't know what it is, but I'm really excited to see what it is, because I know she worked really hard on it. Our week. How was your week? Wait, let's Blue's Clues them. How was your week? That sounds great. Yeah. We've got Ren Fair coming up this weekend. Patience is working her butt off, so she will have no cheeks left, but I'm going to drag her there hopefully for a little bit on Sunday so I don't have to go by myself. And then, yeah, nothing, honestly, this week was kind of a chill week.
Nothing really new.
I want to see the tarot readers at Ren Fair. I'm really into tarot reading on my TikTok. I keep getting them, and I went down this rabbit hole. She just
charges so much.
Does she?
It's over $30.
What? Never mind. I'll go buy a deck. Screw it.
It's $30.
We'll find some witchy shop and buy a deck
you have to tip her?
Yeah, I mean, I know you tip them, but I can't believe she charges that much just for a reading.
Yeah.
I know she did it for a long time. Yeah, you have to pay for your ticket to get in to begin with. And then there's... Whew.
Yeah.
Because I know... The thing is, though, I wish she would charge less and just do shorter readings. Because the line for... Patience went, she had to wait for an hour.
Yeah, it was a really long time. It was really long. I still have the pictures on my deck when she pulled them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I kept them.
Do you feel like they were, pretty good? No?
My name kept getting brought up a lot, though, because she didn't know my name, but, every card she'd pull, she, kept saying my name, and I was like, that's weird. And I didn't tell her until, the end of the session.
And she was like, hey, look at me.
So, it was weird, but...
I want to learn how to deal them and read them. I think it'd be just fun. Or, even... I don't know. Even just, for girls' nights like this, I think it'd be fun to do. Yeah. So, we're going to start off with our Code 12s of the week. I'll start with mine, I guess, since ours... Okay. My Code 12, for those of you that are new here, Code 12 is something you throw someone and lock away the key for in jail. Just throw them away, throw them in the loony bin. Mine is people that drink kombucha. Get out of here. You are trying way too hard to be healthy. It's pretty much just vinegar with some vague flavors mixed in to make you feel like you're a really healthy person. It is so disgusting and stinky. You're trying too hard. Unless that naturally occurs somewhere in a bog on Earth, get it away from me.
That's so
gross.
I was not expecting kombucha.
Gross. I tried it once. Immediately was like, huh. And I'm not picky about foods. It was literally just apple cider vinegar with a couple flavors mixed in. It was so...
Weird. I've never tried it. I'm not missing out, apparently.
No.
Thank God.
I thought, it's kind of like a tea. Nope. Negative Ghost Rider, not a tea. What's yours?
Okay. My Code 12 is people who double park.
Oh, I hate that.
It's really getting on my nerves.
Yes, or if they do it because they think their car is too nice and they don't want to get door dinged, so they just take up 2 spots. It's who do you think you are? Right? Go park somewhere away from other cars instead of parking right in the front and take it. It doesn't bother me when they're away where it's not bothering other people, but if you're right up front and you're hogging 2 spots, screw you and your lazy butt.
Or if they, like, just don't know how to park, and they park, like, slightly over the line and your car can't fit in there, I'm like, dude, you suck.
We get that a lot in our store. Like, just very crooked. I think it's because we have a lot of old people. And they just veer in there and don't drive well. Sorry, old people, I'm being ageist, but...
It's the old folk.
You get blind.
The old folk.
The fey folk. All right.
I have a patient. Stop breaking hippo. Her name's...
Nope. You were just about to say her name.
I'm not going to say her last name. It's a common name. I think you can say people's names.
Just make up a name.
I'm going to make up a name.
Her name is Bob.
No, I'm going to her name is really pretty.
Oh.
It's not Phaedra, but Phaedra. Like, it makes me think of Faye. Like, when you call her
like
her Faye.
Farah.
But it's spelled so weird, but so pretty.
Is it's spelled with a J?
No, it's Fyandra.
Fiandra?
It's so
maybe
weird.
it's like Fiona, but like a Gaelic.
I just called her Phi, and she's like, okay, that's like, she said I pronounced that right, so it's like Fiandra? It's so weird. I think it's really pretty. The way she's from another country, so when she says it, it sounds very like exotic, and I'm like, ah. But it's a name I've never heard of.
Yeah.
And it makes me, I feel like if I ever had a girl, I'd want something with the word Faye in it.
I know what I want my daughter's name to be. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
Evelyn.
Oh.
I want a daughter who's got the nickname of Evie.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Okay.
Too bad our ships have sailed.
I'm so young, though.
We're doing the green ones.
Green, Delta, 9, 15
Clink.
milligrams. Clink.
I always have to
I just ate it vertically.
You did.
Oh. The green ones are usually decent flavor. Patience also has peanut butter to supplement herself.
I really want to get high.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when we're doing it, but we're going to push to record a few extra episodes because my company's switching, so I'm not going to be able to do gummies as much for a while. And tonight I really need this gummy to work.
Weird thing, it tastes like bananas to me. What do you think? Just breathe it for a second because it's not very weedy.
No, I already had one in my mouth, so I don't know.
Well, fine, be that way.
So, continue.
Weird thing, in the Philippines, there was a drink that was like a dark brown tea, and it tasted like bananas. And I used to order it all the time. Every chance I got, they would sell it like little street vendors and stuff. And I have Googled it a million times. To this day, I still can't find the name of it.
Can't you ask your friend that lives there?
I asked her. She couldn't remember what I was talking about because she doesn't think it tastes like banana tea. And she doesn't.
I'll ask my coworkers because they work in the Philippines.
Yes.
I will ask. I will message.
Tell them it's a brown drink.
Okay, brown.
And it tastes like a tea.
Tastes like a tea.
Or like almost like some kind of juice. But yeah, it's a brown drink. And they sometimes they serve it with like little Jello cubes, little gelatin cubes in it. And to me, it tastes like bananas.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him.
I want to know.
The one, he added me on Facebook, so I'll just message him and be like, "What is this?" I'll do it.
I'm excited.
Okay.
I've been wanting to find a recipe for it.
A recipe, you say?
Yes, I do, sir. Okay, so we're gonna start off, before Patience does her topic, with a little bit of chewing. Because I have a gummy worm in my mouth and I'm talking to you. Okay.
I got a lot of peanut butter. I got 3 spoonfuls.
All right, get them down.
If this doesn't start working, I'm going to start doing big gummies.
She might up her dose, people. She's going to leave me in the lurch.
But I feel like if I detox off of it, maybe like the normal dose will be fine.
Yeah, she's going to take a hiatus from the gummies. We're going to still put out our episodes, but we're going to have to like do content ahead a little bit. She wants to make sure she's nice and clean for a good month or so. So, because she's a dirty bird.
Okay. Okay.
I'm like mentally, I don't know why. I always feel the need to mentally prepare for it. Previously on Gummy Buddies.
That was very good.
Thank you. So, number 1. And I think I might have missed one in there, but I couldn't figure out which one I missed. So we're going with this being number 1. Are executioners still anonymous today? Like, do they use masks? Is that a thing still, or do people just go and flip the switch? So we were correct in our guess for firing squads. Like, they'll put blanks if it's a row of officers. They'll put blanks in the guns, and they won't necessarily know who's the one that actually fired the fatal shot. When it's the case of like lethal injection, there'll be like an off-site person administering it that's not necessarily anywhere in the room. And apparently it's policy to also keep the executioner's identity hidden a secret, even to the person dying. The executioner is not to be known. So in general, there are even states that have protective laws for it. So like, I can't remember which one, but they have like NDA agreements that people will have to sign. And many of the people that are executioners now, they don't even tell their family that that's their job. They like go to work and they act like they're just a regular prison guard or whatever. And they do that and nobody knows that that's what they do. So it's very like, they have curtains, they have tinted glass.
I can understand like other people not knowing. Obviously the living not knowing, because it could be like a revenge thing. Mm-hmm. My thing is why can't the person who's dying see them? That makes me like...
Okay.
Why?
This is going to sound crazy.
They're gonna die.
This is going to be right up our alley. Okay. I just thought of a great creepypasta.
Okay.
All right. So, you're on death row, and something happens, and you see your executioner's identity.
Okay.
You die, and you come back and haunt them, and you follow them everywhere, trying to get back at them, trying to kill them the way that they killed you. So, maybe, so that the executioner just doesn't have to live with their spirit's haunting me, maybe it's just a fail-safe, so that way... Or if the person dying like shouts out, "Oh, it's so-and-so," that way they don't reveal it verbally real quick before they die. That could be another reason. But I think it's to protect them from being haunted. That's my fun. There was a story I read. I really liked it. It's called What the Night Knows, and it's by Dean Koontz. And it's where a serial killer goes to get his last victim, and he gets caught and doesn't get away with it. He dies, and he comes back and haunts the victim that got away. Very good book. Genuinely scary to read. One of the very few books I've read that actually gave me goosebumps. Okay, Patience, I'm going to stop talking your ear off. I'm excited for your topic.
One more previously.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. The book I remembered, I want you to know, it was like the biggest moment I'll ever have in my life. I couldn't remember the book I was talking about the old man in the diary. Researched it when I was editing the video. Still couldn't find it. And then Katie says something, and she's like, "Oh, do you remember it?" And I was like, "No, I don't." Go to turn away. It clicked. Like, literally light bulb moment. Mm-hmm. It's Letters by Maury.
It was very cool.
It's a very good book, and that's the one I wanted people to check out. I ate a lot of peanut butter. I literally feel
like... The peanut butter hath backfired.
I literally feel like it's all suctioned in my throat.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Take a drink. Check.
Check.
Did we ever tell that story?
Nope.
So we used to have a drinking game that we'd play called the Pizza Box Game. Very fun. Highly recommend. And during that, you like write your name and somebody bounces a quarter, and if it lands on your name, you take a drink. If it lands on an open space, you make up rules. One of the rules we made was when anybody says check, the whole group has to go check. And if you don't, you have to take a drink. And so now years later to this day, one of us will go check and the other one goes check from the other room.
It's like a must. Even like we do it online, like when Kat's around.
Mm-hmm. Yep, our friend Kat. Hi, Kat.
So, I'm nervous. So, okay, my topic tonight, it's going to be really long, so we're going to get into it.
Patience has a book next to her. She's been doing very serious research. It's her autobiography. Get it? Because of the title?
Oh my god.
You gotta show the book at some point.
Okay, so tonight's topic actually is gonna get Katie a little more involved. I'm gonna give her like a little special project to do while I talk. So tonight's topic takes us back. And I mean way back. We're going AD.
Whoa.
We're going that far. Now, there are quite a few names I'm going to throw into this story. And we're already starting off with ruckus. So there's a lot of names that I'm going to say. And I mean A lot.
Okay.
I included some of their, like, official names, but I kept them short, simple.
If it's somebody that I need to remember.
So you're gonna make a family tree.
Okay.
You're gonna make, I don't care how you make it, I'm gonna tell you, like, this is the husband and this is the wife and these are the children. Okay? And then, if they're not related, I don't even care if you make stick figures. That's what I did. I made little stick figures and I connected them all and I made a little line between them. And the names in this story, I did keep them simple. We're going to try to come up with one of their names. We need to come up with a better name because I will say the name a lot and I can't keep repeating it because it's too much. It's too long.
Okay.
So before I start, hang on. I have certain quotes from this book, actually, that I need to read out of. So I have it next to me. So this is the book I'm reading. This is the one she said is my autobiography. It says the most evil women in history. So my stories tonight actually come from this book. It is a 2-for-1. They are connected, and I think they're really good. So
I know who the woman on the right is. On the cover.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
I do not know her. I know, so far, I know these 3. I have not gotten to these 2 chapters yet.
This one I was going to do as a topic. Her.
Oh, I actually... Hold on. This is it. Is this Black Widow?
No.
Okay, that's a really good story in here, too. Like, TJ actually knew about it, and he was like, oh, that's a really good one. You should talk about that. So... the fact that he suggested it.
Her and her boyfriend or husband were serial killers together.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't gotten to that one.
In England.
Maybe I should skip it so you can do it.
It's really good. I was very excited about doing it.
Okay, I might skip it then.
It's okay.
So, I'm nervous. If you want to come up with nicknames, please let me know. Because their names, again, we're in AD. They're not like George and John.
Ooga booga.
Okay, we're not doing Ooga Booga.
Oh.
So, I'm already nervous. I hate it. Why do I get nervous?
I don't know.
I already feel like I'm going to trip over my words.
I will be here to laugh at you. I mean, support you.
Okay. Perfect. Without further ado, Emperor Claudius is known to most by the original name of Tiberius Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus. It's long, okay? There's lots of names in here, okay? And they're that long. So, but I'm gonna just call him Claudius. It's the easiest for me. Or you can think of him as Claude. Okay? He met his third wife, Valeria Messalina.
Val.
I call her Valerie throughout the story, so Val. So Claude and Val, so he met his third wife when Valeria Messalina was only 15 years old, and they were to be wed. Now, she isn't just famous for being his wife, but for her evil reputation. So Claude had a physical disability, and in modern terms it would be called cerebral palsy, among like a few other things, but that was like the main thing, like disability he was known for.
Mm-hmm.
Before becoming emperor, Claude was spared from the assassination of his nephew, Caligula. Nope. See, I'm already messing up. I don't like it. Don't look at me. Caligula. It's Caligula. So
Caligula.
So I'm going to call him Callie.
Okay.
His name's Callie from now on. I got to treat the story like it's hot tea,
That's his nephew.
Claude is Callie's nephew.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was spared from the assassination of Callie after soldiers purged the palace of all Callie's known associates and relatives. And Claude, by the skin of his teeth, survived along with his wife, Val. Claude was a noble by birth, and Val was a noble by birth herself, so we're like... And these are Rome. We're in Rome. We're in Rome. We're in Rome. I guess I could have put that in there, but we're in Rome. So Val, her mother was the daughter of Mark Antony.
Oh.
Now, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole, but if anybody wants to look up who Mark Antony is, you can.
Val's grandpa is Mark Antony.
So I think that's pretty cool that we're involved in that. So, he married Cleopatra and was Cleopatra's lover, if I remember right. I don't know if they married, but they were definitely lovers. I think they were lovers. I don't know if they got married. So, Val's father, I have no name. Some of these I'm not going to give you the name because it's too much. It's going to be way too much for us to remember. Mm-hmm. So her father was a formal consul, and Val grew up being a member of the Callie household. And she was very aware of the intricacies of court. And during Callie's reign, his favorite pastime was attending huge bloodletting ceremonies that were held in Rome amphitheaters, along with plenty of bloodletting at the palace. So lots of blood. People being tortured all the time. So during all this, with their upbringing and then Claude being around, he was like, Claude is more of a shadow in the background. He liked the pleasure of like eating and like gaming on like political things. He didn't like the ruling aspect. Wasn't his thing. Okay. So Val most likely just married him just to align herself with a powerful family, rather than the hope of Claude, like, being crowned. Like, she just wanted in. Please tell me she murders him. She just wanted in. Mm-hmm. And Claude had been married before, twice betrothed, but the first engagement was broken off when the family insulted the emperor, and the second engagement made it to the wedding day until the bride died of a mysterious illness. Isn't that crazy? So, there's a lot of mystery that will go on. The wedding day. Bride dies. Mm-hmm. His first marriage, he divorced on scandalous misbehavior and suspicions of murder. And the second marriage was due to her aberrant behavior. Aberrant. Aberrant? Abhorrent. Aberrant. Aberrant behavior. Which, as we go further, makes you wonder, then why would he marry and stay with a woman who gained an evil reputation? Like, everybody feared this woman. Okay? You would not go against her. So, like, why would he stay? She's like the evil queen from Snow White. So, when Claude met Val, he was only 50. 50 and 15, okay? Some big number difference there. Mm-hmm. He describes the young girl, and I quote, "An extremely beautiful girl, slim and quick-moving, with eyes as black as jet and masses of curly black hair. She hardly spoke a word and had a mysterious smile which drove me crazy, nearly crazy with love for her." So, an old man saying this, like, about a 15-year-old is so freaking gross. It freaking makes me cringe. It's ew. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I know it was the times, but... Yeah, like, I think it's crazy that was the thing of the time. I know. Like, that was okay. So, they were married in 38 AD. And shortly after, Val gave birth to a daughter named Octavia in 39 AD. Shortly after Callie's assassination in 41 AD, Claude was crowned emperor, and Val fell in the role of consort. Val further secured her role by giving Claude a male heir in 41 AD by the name, I'm not going to pronounce it right, Britannicus? Brit. But it's a male. So, okay. Just remember, Brit is a male. I know a man that's named Brit. Okay. So Val must have been a sight to see because during the period of her marriage, she had enjoyed the attention of several lovers. Okay? And we're going to go through these lovers because they play some important roles into what happens. So I want you to kind of, if you need to make their own little stick figures or whatever, go ahead. Okay. So, whoops. I lost my spot. No. You're doing great. Okay, so she had such a hold of Claude that for years he would just turn an eye to like her debaucheries and everything. Like he just, yeah, my wife just does that, whatever, and continues on. And even when he did become fully aware of what she did, like he, like, just pandered to her, like, every whim. Like, he was like, okay, here, you can have this. Yes, let's continue. Like, basically, like, giving her anything she wanted. And I feel like that right there was, like, one of the biggest mistakes. Whoa. They say she has a snake-like nature, which was shown shortly after he was crowned in a fit of jealousy. So Claude made it known that he wanted his 2 nieces. Here is the one that we need to shorten.
Were they siblings of Callie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. These would be his sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, give me just a second. I don't know how to pronounce it, but we're going to say her name a lot. Agrippina. Agrippina. So, I don't know.
think it'd just be Agrippina. How about Pina?
I can say Pina for the next hour.
Agrippina. Okay.
It's just such a weird name that I've never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
Agrippina, the younger. So she's the younger. Her mother is the elder. She has same name as her mom. And her sister Julia, Lucille.
Okay.
They were recalled from exile. Okay, so Callie sent them into exile. And we're going to go over why they got sent to exile, okay? So, never mind if I just read the next sentence, Patience, and not get ahead of yourself. So they were sent to exile after their brother Callie abused and raped them. Yes. Yes. Valerie felt threatened by their return. So Valerie took a specific dislike to Julia. And as she was saying that Julia, was, eyeing Claude's attention. Like, she was, trying to get him his attention.
His niece.
Yes. Which is something about this that I know I didn't put in here. It makes me really sad because I think Julia, and there's another sister that we'll get to, they are, I feel like the most innocent. And
Aww.
It's so disgusting how they were, basically, forced into this. It's just really sad. So, Val felt her husband was slipping away. This other girl's getting the attention. So Val quickly pointed out to Claude that what he was involving himself in was incest, and with no other option, sent Julia back into exile.
Wow.
So she was only there for a few months.
You know what? I bet she was glad to be in exile if she was experiencing that.
Unfortunately, shortly after exile, she was secretly executed, and some believe that it was under Val's orders. Reading more about it, I do believe it was probably Val who killed her, which is so sad.
Well, I don't think any descendants are going to come sue us for you saying that, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
screw you, Val.
Good.
Good.
So soon after Val...
This was AD.
Yeah, we're that far. How cool would that be if you, found out you were related to them, though?
Very, very freaking cool.
That'd be so cool. So shortly after that, Valerie's word was law. Nobody could defy her. Anything she said, it's going. So, her first lover, Apis Silenus, we're going to call him Psy.
Val's lover.
Yep, the first lover we have.
Okay. Psy.
Sorry, it's not a lover. I said the first experience. I put the word lover in there. Sorry. Look, I'm already drawing. I'm messing up her drawing.
It's okay.
So her first experience of her, evilness is going to come with this guy named Psy.
Okay.
I put in here, it's her stepfather. It's her stepfather that married her mom. Okay?
All right.
So Val's stepfather was a very well-liked man, and he was, tipped for high office, so he's very popular. Shortly after, Val laid eyes on him, and she professed her love for him, and that she found him attractive. Her stepfather.
Okay.
Yeah. And she found him attractive, and her stepfather was like, this isn't right. I'm your stepfather. I'm a good friend of your husband's. This is not okay. Basically giving her the what for. Mm-hmm. She got so humiliated that basically...
who would turn her away?
Basically just marked her end.
Jet eyes. Nothing beats a jet 2 hole. No, it's okay.
So to get revenge, because she was humiliated. I'm already messing up my words, and I'm so sorry. To get revenge, she employed the help of Narcissus. I'm going to just call him Narcissus. Mm-hmm. He is basically an advisor for Claude.
Okay.
So a very close, I would say like close to being a best friend. Okay. He will come up a lot in this. So he was a servant of Claude's, as I put, but when you go more into it, it's like more like best friendish.
Okay.
So Narcissus told Claude that he had a dream that the stepfather had stabbed Claude through the heart with a dagger. And Claude was just like, okay, like that's scary.
Like it's a prophecy.
But to seal the man's fate, Valerie told Claude of a similar dream, where her father attempted to kill him and succeed the throne for himself.
Wow.
And just like that, his fate was sealed and delivered. And this event stained her name. A lot of people knew that she was behind it, so they were already like, this girl's wacko. The Senate then was plotting to have the husband and wife assassinated because of what they did.
Mm-hmm. The Claudius and Val assassinated?
They were going to try to get them assassinated.
Okay. I was making sure you were talking about the stepdad being assassinated. No.
He ended up dying.
Okay.
Stepfather, dead because of this.
Okay.
So then the Senate finds out, and they're like, we need to get Claude and Val off the throne. Like, we need to assassinate them.
I forgot the Senate existed.
Yeah. And they're like, we're going to replace it with a different heir. Like, this cannot, we can't keep doing this. Well, Val caught wind of it, and claiming to act on behalf of the state, had those men of the Senate hunted down.
Oh.
Estates were confiscated, and anybody who was remotely related to the Senate was executed. Now, I will say this again. So being executed in this time is like a big shame, a big dishonor on your family, anything like that. If
dishonor
you were related.
Cow.
So it is a big deal. What we'll talk about some suicide later that does happen, and that was like a more honorable way to die. Mm-hmm. So these executions are happening willy-nilly, like all everywhere. So shortly after that, she was like milking her position. She would sell her influence for imperial favors. This included selling citizenships for her own profit, building contracts to the highest bidder, and awarding high office to anyone who was willing to give her like lots of gold. So
what a manipulative woman.
She's disgusting.
Disgusting.
I thought I said disgusting.
I thought you said she's disgusting.
Maybe I did.
That's adorable. Okay.
So the Garden of Lucalis wasn't even safe from her wrath. So this place, I can try to put a picture here. It's very beautiful. It was like one of the most beautiful places to be in the time of Rome. It was a very like sacred place and things like that. So the garden was described as opulent and a fantasy land of immense luxury, featuring dramatic terraces, monumental stairs, and a massive semicircle Nephilim?
Nephilim?
Yeah.
Like angel statues?
Nymphaeum.
Nymphom?
I gotta
Nymphomaniac?
I'll just show you a picture of it. It looks really cool. Okay, so the garden at the time belonged to Rome's leading senator. God, get it together. And I'm not even that far in. So, Val accused the senator of using the garden as a place where they were going to kill Claude. And so a crazy accusation like this, Claude believed every single word Valerie was telling him. And the man was sentenced to death.
She just was getting rid of all the Senate.
So Val claimed the Garden of Lucalis, but Claude did give the man an option of taking his own life, and according to the records, he decided to take his own life in the garden. He had surgeons open up a vein in his leg and then bled to death in a warm bath.
Oh my gosh.
So I think that Claude was he would give them options on how they would like to die. He wasn't like, nope, execute him. They don't get to pick.
He's like, why is everyone against me?
So I think that's nice.
Secretly, everybody really liked this guy. And
it's his stupid wife.
yeah.
So the most famous affair for Val was with a Roman dancer named Minster. I kept wanting to type monster when I typed this, but it's Minster.
Okay.
Val was entranced with him. Like, she's like that man was all she wanted. Okay?
Uh-huh.
She had statues erected of him. Put them not just in the city, but in the palace. So this man is even in the palace now. And she would have her poets write about his physical beauty. And since her reputation was of people getting executed left and right, Minster rejected her advances to not go behind the emperor's back. Because, like, he doesn't want to die. Like, obviously this is what keeps happening. But undiscouraged, Val devised a plan. Devised. Is that
No, you're right.
Okay,
Devised.
okay. As long as Claude consented to her wishes, he would be with her.
Wait. You mean, like, she went to Claude and was like, I want to be with this guy?
So, he was only going to be with her if Claude agreed.
So he's like, hey, I'll do ya, but your husband has to know
Yeah.
and it has to be okay with it.
Yes.
Okay.
So she came up with this plan. Val told her husband that the
What a skank.
Yeah. She has so much, like, lying schemes that we're going through. It's crazy. So she goes and tells her husband that the dancer was not following her orders. And she wanted her orders to be more respected. So Claude called on Minster and told him that he ordered him to do exactly what his wife demanded. And under that, Minster was Val's lover right under the emperor's nose.
Wow.
So...
And Claude was fine with that. I wonder how old he was by that point.
Late 50s. Late 50s.
So they've been married, like, 10 years?
Like, not too far.
Okay.
So, but this affair wasn't the one that got her almost caught. Caius, Silas. See, this is another, like, weird one. I'm going to call him Silas.
Not Cy, her stepdad.
Nope, it's going to be Silas.
Okay.
This is her next lover. Known as the most handsome man in Rome. Continue.
You just reminded me of Vampire Diaries and how he's Silas at the end.
Oh!
I forgot all about that storyline.
That's crazy that you, like... That's what triggered.
Well, because it's an old-timey, like, the name, and he's dressed, like, in old-timey clothes for the origin stories of it all, so.
I'm sorry. I'm flipping through my book. I have to find my first excerpt.
Just give them some ASMR.
Is it
just
excerpt?
Let them have
Excerpt.
Excerpt.
Excerpt. Excerpt.
Yeah.
Okay. Stop. Don't laugh at me.
I'm not. I'm breathing. In a humorous way.
Silas was said to have caught Val's eye, after which she grew fatally enamored of him.
Fatally enamored.
So I'm going to read you what they described the infatuation with each other was like.
Okay.
Val had grown so frantically enamored of Silas, the handsomest of the youngest nobility of Rome. Oh, sorry, this is really hard because it is like an old-timey reading, so it's hard for me to, like, read high. That she drove from his bed another high-born lady and had her whole lover to herself. Silas was not unconscious of his wickedness, and his peril but a refusal would have ensured destruction, and he had some hope of escaping exposure. The prize was too great, so he consoled himself by awaiting the future and enjoying the present. And as for her, careless of concealment, she went continuously, with numerous, see, they use big words, routine, to his house. So, like, she would constantly go to his house, basically.
It's not supposed to just be return?
No, it's R-E-T-I-N-U-E.
Retinue?
Description.
Honestly, I don't remember.
Okay. But like, basically she was going to his house. Like, there was no hiding it that, like, she was going there and stuff. She haunted his steps, showered him on wealth and honors, and at last, as though the emperor had passed to another, the slaves, the freedmen, the very furniture of the emperor were seen in the possession of this man.
Oh.
So, those things, like, he had it all. She was, like, giving him everything.
Wow.
She's
She's like, I need a
nuts.
younger model.
Which is just nuts. It's nuts. If I have a picture of her, I'm going to show you what she looks like. I don't think she could be, like, the prettiest woman of, like, Rome, okay? I'm going to be flat out. So, Val chose not to hide her affair from prying eyes, which just showed how she thought she could escape punishment. Claude even gave Val her own wing in the palace to keep her content. Oh! Let's do a level check really quick. I'm at, like, a 2.
I'm like at a 1.
Okay. Am I feeling good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm finding this very interesting so far.
Okay, so now Val has her own wing to this palace. Okay,
Of
so
course.
she decorated it how she wanted. All of it was hers.
Kind of jealous of this murderer.
I know. Which she did take full advantage of. So she proceeded to have countless orgies and invited... I know, you were not expecting me to say the word orgies tonight.
I wasn't. Look at you go. Say it again.
I love you so much. So she proceeded
She's like,
to...
this is my orgy wing.
Literally, I think people would
Look at
walk
my
in.
sofas, my chaise lounges for the orgies.
So she proceeded to have countless orgies and invited all from slaves to ambassadors. So, like, they would mingle upon each other. Which is nuts for that time period,
wait
too.
to tell you when you're done. You're describing a TV show that I watched, and I'm going to tell you about it.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it. So most people, like, when you go and, like, reference her, they classified her as a nymphomaniac, which is so crazy that you said that earlier.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like it.
Yeah. So after 7 years of all this going on, so we're 7 years in,
Mm-hmm.
she eventually wanted to marry Silas. How the heck is she going to marry him?
What do you think women, like, they didn't have vibrators back in the day, like, what do you think their go-to was? Obviously, like, they're their hands, but, like, do you think there's anything that they, like...
Well, I feel like sex was a big thing then. I feel like you could just sleep with anybody. Anybody would be willing to do anything.
I mean, aren't these the people that founded cunnilingus and all these, like, fancy terms for
I think so.
fellatio?
I think so.
This episode has taken a turn.
I know.
Steer us back. I'm sorry.
So, how can she marry Silas? She's married to the emperor. So she needed a way to consummate the marriage for it to be official.
Wait, she married Silas in addition to being married to Claude?
We're going to get into how she did it, okay? 'Cause she did it so sneaky.
Oh my gosh.
So there are many different interpretations of what happened. But I read a play. Look at me. I even read a play about this. And I was going to have us
Oh
reenact
my gosh.
it.
Oh,
I was gonna have us do it because it's so...
I want to be your man lover.
I literally was reading it and I was like, no, don't. Like, I was like so hooked on what was happening to this woman because it's so drastic and like dramatic.
I'm so sad you didn't get the scene.
I'm so sorry. It's
Maybe
so
on
good.
snack break you can find a little snippet of it and we can play around
I'll
with
find
it.
a snippet of it.
Okay.
So one source states she duped her husband into agreeing for a temporary divorce due to a foretelling of a mysterious illness resulting in death.
I didn't realize divorce was that old either.
Mm-hmm. That,
Divorce, fellatio,
So-
senates.
Claude was more than happy to grant that wish, allowing her to marry some simpleton. Because, you know, she's thinking that he's going to die of a mysterious death, like he'll temporarily agree of a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens, well, he wasn't ill.
Mm-hmm.
So during this time, Claude, so this part is where the play, it like takes part in this play. And
Okay.
It's so good. And so when I read this, I think exactly how the play is, and I figured that's exactly how it went.
Okay.
So during this time, Claude, political, like his position, it was starting to get shaky. So he had to go away on business. And he had to go to Ostia to perform a sacrifice to the gods. So he's literally sacrificing people for the gods.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what he's away doing. So, what better time? The ceremony of Silas and Val was to happen. They invited everybody. She said that the emperor had given, like, permission to do this. And it was all fine and dandy. But upon Claude's return, so literally, like, in the play, they're, like, running up, and they're, like, Claude's on his way back, and he had caught wind of this. And the guards go ahead, and they charge in, and they arrest Silas. And she takes off, and she finds Claude in the woods. And she begs him that it's not true. That actually Narcissus and Peleus, we'll talk about him too, were the ones, like, making up this lie. So literally in the woods,
so
she's
there's
like...
tons of witnesses, and she's
Yes.
just bold-faced, like, no,
Yes.
trying to gaslight this guy.
She goes...
I've never thought I'd feel sorry for the pervert old man that wanted to...
I know.
Okay.
So he's in the carriage, and they're like, no, she actually did this. And I'll tell you why we know. And she's like, it's not true, it's not true. And they leave her in the woods. And she's like, me? All alone? Like, it's, like, so dramatic. And I was like, girl, you're literally lying. Straight face. Like, he's gonna find out from
You
everybody
deserve
in
it.
this villa. Like, you're stupid. You're stupid. So,
she's so used to getting away with the lies, though. She's, like, convinced herself that she's unstoppable. Because she's just using everyone else's fodder around her. She thinks she's got this guy wrapped around her pinky finger. And, I mean, she has so far. So...
Yeah. Well, upon Claude's return, he was informed of what was going on while he had been gone. Even with what had occurred, he was not fully convinced of what Val was doing.
Who wants to believe that the person they love is hurting them and betraying them?
He was loath to act against his wife, and it was only because Peleus. Goodness, I'm gonna keep calling him Peleus. I think that's pretty simple. So it's like another best
Is
friend.
it someone that works with... Oh, it's not someone that works with Narcissus?
Yes. Yep. It's like another, like, best friend of Claude's.
Okay.
And him and Narcissus, like, work together and stuff. So if it wasn't for him...
I like how you're describing... They, like, work together and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
as if they're office buddies.
Yeah.
In the year AD.
So if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have brought her in. And he was like, we gotta bring her in. This isn't okay. Like, this is questioning that your wife is literally, like, married to another man now that you're gone. So sorry for clapping my leg. I'm trying to tell you this as if it was, like, tea. Like, I'm reading it off the press.
I'm into the tea. I'm here.
I just, for how times were back then, I just can't believe something like this got away
It's
with
like Gossip
so
Girl
long.
AD edition. I've never watched Gossip Girl, actually.
I haven't either, but I love that thought of, like, just...
Maybe it's a show we should watch together. I think we would probably be into it.
What, it goes, XOXO,
Yeah.
Gossip Girl. Something
Or
like
there are
that.
Pretty Little Liars. I've never seen that.
I've seen some of it, but I haven't watched all of it.
We'd probably be into it.
So, now Peleus was a very close person to Agrippina the Younger.
Oh.
So think of them as best friends. Okay, so that's the niece of Claude. Now they're best friends. And they have, like, cahoots with each other.
Okay.
Now Agrippina, who had set her eyes on marrying Claude herself. So she wants to marry her uncle. All right? Yeah.
But I thought she was exiled.
Julia was
Just
exiled,
Julia.
and she
I
was
thought
killed.
both of them were.
Nope, she stayed. So between the two
She's like, well, better to be with my uncle than my brother. Poor girl.
So between the two of them, they began to spy on Val and informed the emperor of all her misguided actions. And Claude summoned all his closest friends, where he interrogated them for hours about the allegations against his wife.
Yeah, it's not like he can scroll history on his phone. You gotta find the evidence just word of mouth.
So plenty of friends agreed while he was away, his wife had a secret wedding and married Silas. He then counseled the armies, backing for his own safety against the revenge of his wife. So now he wants protection against his wife. Like, he thinks now, like, oh, my wife is trying to poison me because of the deal they made. So I'm like, I gotta be careful. What she had done was just, like, one step too far for him. Because, like, he genuinely loved her.
That's so legal, though, for the time, too. Like, their organization of law, sorry to butt in.
No,
that
it's
just,
okay.
The fact that he's like, okay, I need to get approval from you said the War Council? Or what council?
He ended up getting, like, the Imperial Army's
like,
backing to, like, protect him.
Protective guard. Yeah, the Imperial Army. Like, the fact that he's able to order them specifically for the situation. It's not just like, and I'm an emperor, you have to do everything I say. The fact that he has to get these checks and balances.
He has to go to the Senate.
Yeah, the democracy. It's just so fascinating to me.
That it's that far back.
That it's that old,
The beginning of times.
What's the thing people always say is, like, the pyramids are closer to...
I know what you're talking about. The pyramids.
The dinosaurs than to us? Or, no.
I know what you're
previously
talking
on
about.
Gummy Buddies, there's a fact that's like, oh, did you know that Cleopatra's closer to the Beatles than something else?
Maybe we can find it on our snack break, because that is
Okay.
a good thought. That's a good way to like put it into perspective.
Sorry about that. This is
that's
just
okay.
really interesting time period.
So Claude returned to the palace to purge himself of not only Silas, but also his wife and all of the guests at the wedding.
All of the guests at the wedding, he's like, nobody has to know I was embarrassed. What?
So Silas was brought to a council who they decided his fate. Ooh, God, words are a little hard. He didn't beg for mercy, but he just asked for his death to be swift. Similar guests also asked for the same fate.
I mean, I can see why. What if they were held hostage and they didn't want to be wedding guests and Val just made them be there? They're going to get killed for no reason just because they happen to be. Ugh.
Yeah. The only man who the emperor gave a second thought was Minster, who threw himself on the emperor and begged for mercy, as he stated he didn't have an option, that he had to perform. The emperor
He was a dancer.
The emperor wanted to give him a second chance, but at the disagreement of the advisors, his fate was met the same way. Quick death.
So Minster was for sure killed.
Yep.
Silas was for sure killed.
Dead.
I put Slias.
That's okay. Dead.
Wedding guests dead. What about the guy that was performing the ceremony, the officiant?
I would assume he died too. Literally anybody involved, dead.
I want to know. The poor guy was like, I don't want to know if Val's going to kill me. And then Claude's like, well, you're dead anyway. Okay.
So, I keep saying so. I'm sorry. I suck. Now the attention is only on Val. Now with his authority being questioned, he began to wager over her fate.
I was just writing down Val's fate.
Oh. Val had sent her 2 children to beg him for her life. And that kills me so
Her
much.
children, Brit and Octavia.
They're very young. Good job.
Thank you.
They're young at this point. They're only like 3, 6.
Oh my gosh.
Like, they're young. They're little young babies going in there and being like, we don't want mommy to die.
Life. Oh my gosh. That makes me so mad.
So the emperor could not bear to like cope like with this alone. Like, he literally could not do it anymore because he truly does love her.
Yeah. The way he talked about her. I mean, granted, it was one sentence, but
yeah.
you can't believe anything a man says nowadays, back in the day.
So he called upon Narcissus. Now, Narcissus, Peleus, and Agrippina, they were all together in on this to get Val, like,
Okay.
out of this position.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Narcissus ordered the centurions to execute Val. So, she was gonna die. She was gonna die for all these bad things she's been doing.
Narcissus can order that? I'm surprised he has the power.
Authority?
Yeah.
I know. So Val...
What were you said they're called? The Corinthians?
Centurions.
Oh. So I know that.
So Val was located in the garden of Lucius. Lucilus.
Lucalis.
Thank you. So I am going to give you her mom's name, because even in the play, what?
I just went up a level and I just ISS looking at a stage with the garden of Lucalis with the beautiful, like...
I did the same thing when I read the play.
Yeah.
So in the play, she basically tells her mom, like, to go away, that she knows what she's doing and she will... Her mom's like, you can't just keep killing people. It's wrong.
Yeah.
You can't just be doing this. It's going to end up in you dying.
Yeah.
She sent her mother away to exile.
Ugh.
And then somehow her mom comes back, and then they're sitting at this garden scene, and they're like, now think of Roman dresses.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like sitting together side by side on the edge of like a fountain. And they're talking, and Val was located sitting next to her mother, writing letters of entreaty?
Letters of entreaty. Mm-hmm.
To her estranged husband. And they're sitting there talking. So ISS, are you in an ISS mood?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Sure.
how I describe this play is like exactly how it happens.
That sounds really cool.
So they're sitting at this fountain. She's writing letters.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom's like, why did you do this? Why? I told you, like, you were going to end up this way. And she was like,
but I need my men.
you were just, she's like, you're right. This is real. And next thing you know, the centurions enter the garden.
Ooh, oh my gosh, this is just like the Bible with Jesus and the guards.
So upon seeing the guards, she tries to commit suicide. So she stands up and she sees the guards, and she tries to take off, but they, like, surround her. I already said about, I put this in there, because I said it earlier, but the matter of death, like, to avoid dishonor of execution of a noble birth, like, you don't want that to be executed. So Val, hoping to take the dignified way out, picked up a dagger and attempted to cut her wrist. But the blade was too dull. And the centurions surround her. Her mother by the fountain.
Her poor mom.
One of the centurions finished her off by stabbing her to death.
Dang.
And it's like, whoa. So she dies this way. And I think it's very traumatic that, like, the mom was there.
You know something? I'm picturing this garden, right?
Okay.
And I'm picturing Nympha. There's the Nympha. Who's the man that had a suicide in the garden?
Not Sai. The Roman senator. He suicided in it because there's baths in there.
I'm just picturing the guy that she got killed, like, in the garden. That's where she dies, like, these warring entities.
Oh.
Like, what if that place was a really haunted place today because of the bad blood that was literally spilled?
I tried looking up, like, modern day pictures, but there's, like, only little ruins left of this place, which is really sad because, like,
it looks so glorious in the images of it.
Yeah, it's almost like, how do I put it?
I really can't wait to see pictures of this place.
It's almost like, you know, like when we read the Bible and, like, we talk about, like, how things look. It's so hard to imagine that things like that were real at that time period. They really blows
very,
my mind.
Innovative with their architecture, for sure.
Give me just a moment. I need a moment.
You know what? Getting stabbed to death would go pretty quick overall, I would think.
So she's at a garden that looks like this. This is a Nephaim.
I was just about to say Disney Dreamlight Valley, the DLC for the myth. You know where I'm talking about, in Dreamlight Valley, that looks like Greece.
Yeah.
Even though Greece is not Rome.
So she is sitting, her and her mom are, like, sitting on something that's like this, on the edge of it, with the water fountain behind them.
So, like, picturesque and dramatic. I love it.
It's crazy.
I wrote down we need to be a Roman woman for Halloween one year. I think it'd be
that would be cool.
fun. Yeah. Just buy bed sheets. Toga. Wow.
Very beautiful.
Was, like, Val the first half? Like, she said there's, like, kind of two parts to it. Was Val, like, the one part, and then there's going to be, like, a sister? I'll take that as a maybe.
I need a minute. I feel
Right?
like it's really hard to type.
Oh.
Really bothers me. So this is what modern day, like, garden would look like. It's very, like...
It seems more building than garden, almost.
There's, like, a big garden area with the thing in the back, but then there are, like, the bathhouses.
The ISS. The flower garden we visited. The free public botanical gardens we went to with all the beautiful...
Yes.
We went on a girls' trip this last summer, and we were just kind of seeing the sights, and we went to a free botanical garden. It was really cool.
So it would look like that. Like, that's how the pictures describe it as.
Gosh,
and so
no,
just
that's so verdant.
Oh, can you do me a favor? Can you screenshot that? I don't know how to screenshot on your phone. I appreciate it.
I'm an Android. I just got marker all over my wrist.
Thank you. So picture that. Like, they're just...
Picture it. Sicily. Just kidding. Rome.
It's like, it's very...
Secretly, Sophia is her great-great-great-great-great.
I mean, I can just, like, ISS them walking in places like that. It's really nuts.
I would love to see a movie adaptation of this. I wonder if there are.
Oh, I bet.
Previously.
Because they're famous characters. I lost my spot. Okay, so after her death, all the statues of her were removed, and despite the children mourning their mother, Callus Claude did not have one regret of her execution. Even though he swore he would never marry again, it was not long until he turned
Agrippina.
to Agrippina.
A new skank.
Yes.
No, I'm just
this is his niece. So now we're going into his niece.
Oh my gosh.
Who is now going to be married. So.
No. I wonder how old she was compared to Val. You went to a younger model?
It does say in here, no. She was like in her like 20s, 30. No. By the time all this happened, she was like in her 30s.
Okay.
Because she grows up to be very old. So she lived a long life. Unfortunately.
Oh, dang.
So, I'm going to give you a little backstory on Agrippina. So, the way this story, I'm going to like flop back and forth because I will tell you things that we already talked about in Val's story.
Okay.
But I want you to know Agrippina's full story.
Like what she was doing all this time.
And what she had to go through and how she became who she is.
Okay.
Agrippina, at her very young age, lost her father at 3 years old.
Oh.
He was a very famous military commander. And so she grew up around male violence, suspicion, and criminal violence like all the time. And obviously this is the sister of Callie. So now we're going to the part, so like it's us going backtrack. So this is the time where Callie was still alive because he ended up getting assassinated in 41 AD. So he's alive. So we're going to learn how Callie became such a brutal ruler in this story. I feel like I'm doing good and I'm very proud of myself.
Oh, I'm really into it.
God. So her father had succeeded in various military operations. So the emperor at the time, his name is like Titus or Tiberius, but you don't have to remember this one. We don't talk about him very much. So the emperor at that time was a friend, but he was also his foe. So her father, his name was Germanicus.
Her father?
Her father.
Okay.
It's German ICUS. So,
Germanicus, yeah.
So her father had the support of the Roman people and even the imperial troops because he's a military leader. He, like, fights people for them. Like, he's a big hero in everybody's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But having that much love and attention towards you gets you killed. So it is said that the emperor had him poisoned. And it is said that Germanicus was not even upset at him once.
What?
He was
even though he knew it was Claude.
Callie. Nope. Tiberius, Titus, Titties. German worked for Titty. This is an old emperor before Callie, okay?
Oh, okay,
we're gonna backtrack. Backtrack, everyone!
Backtrack.
Back it up! Alright. So, Germanicus worked for Emperor Titties.
Okay. Emperor Titus.
I do talk about him later, but we're going to call him Titties. Emperor Titties.
Okay. What a good guy Germanicus was to forgive the man who poisoned him.
On his deathbed, he asked his wife, Agrippina the Elder, to not hold anger against the emperor. He was like, whatever you do, when you return, you do not be mad at him. You do not show him any sort of disrespect.
Was that out of genuine forgiveness, or was he just trying to spare his family's life?
Oh, you'll find out. Of course she didn't listen.
They were gay lovers.
She made it very clear that when she came back, that she didn't support the emperor.
Ooh.
Well, this was all swept under the rug, so the emperor was afraid that she would take the throne and put one of her sons on the throne.
Agrippina, so there's Agrippina as the mom and the daughter's name?
Yes, there's the elder and then the younger. Okay. So the elder is like...
So Germanicus was married to Agrippina and they had a daughter named Agrippina.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Well, we're going to go through their children actually right now.
Oh, okay.
So he was afraid that she would take over the throne and tell everybody that he killed this innocent military lover, like leader that everyone loved. So she had her... So Titties, Emperor Titties,
okay,
sent her to an island.
Agrippina.
Agrippina the Elder.
Okay.
Sent Agrippina the Elder to an island to exile, to which she perished from starvation.
Oh.
He starved her to death.
That's so freaking cruel For just being married. Oh, because she trash talked him because he killed her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Her 2 sons. Drusus. We're going to call him Drew. Well, this is the only time we'll hear about Drusus. And Nero. It's Nero.
Nero.
Her 2...
Emperor Nero.
We'll talk about Emperor Nero here in a little bit.
Dude.
Hold on, girl. Like, this is so... Okay, hold on. We're getting there.
Okay.
So Agrippina the Elder had a son named Drusus and Nero, who had already succumbed to the emperor's wrath after she was exiled.
Can you clarify the relationship for me?
Yes.
So, Agrippina the Elder level check? 4.
A 4!
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
we better hurry up. Okay, real quick. Drusus and Nero were brothers of Agrippina, but they were also brothers of Agrippina the Younger.
Yes.
So they were related to Callie as well. How many kids are we talking?
She
Because
has
they
6.
stopped having sex for 2 seconds?
There's 6 of them.
So Agrippina, Callie, Julia, Drusus, and Nero.
Yep. We're going to talk about the other... and Julia. Did you say Julia?
I think. I don't know. I'm on it. I'm like, you're laying it out really well.
Yes!
And I'm just double checking to make sure I get this family. Okay.
Okay, so...
I don't know about the people listening right now, but screw you guys. I'm doing great. You better stop the cho. The cho.
The cho.
Stop the cho chang. And make yourself a family tree.
I
Figure it out.
I was hoping that this would make you more like, okay, now I know who she's talking about.
Yeah, it's definitely, my notes are necessary.
Okay, so
I would have forgotten the names.
Drusus and Nero.
Okay. Drusus and Nero.
They had already succumbed to the emperor's wrath after the mother was exiled. Drusus starved to death in prison.
Oh.
They are young. They're like 16, 15, 14. They're like young. They're like younger kids. Enough to where they were like they would almost be of age to take the throne. But Nero, and I put this in quotations, committed suicide by slitting his own throat. So that's supposedly how he died, but a lot of people don't believe that it was like him doing that. It was by like the emperor's order.
Okay, I mean, he killed everyone else. Why would he hide that he's killing Nero?
Right.
If he's blatantly using them as an example, then it's like a vendetta that he's openly doing. Now, how come he legally got away with all this crap?
I don't know.
I mean, it was a generation before, so maybe the laws weren't as strict.
Surprisingly, Emperor Titties spared her youngest son, Gaius Caesar, which is known. He will later change his name to be Caligula. Callie. It's gonna be Callie. He changed his name to Callie, okay? So Callie was sent to live with his grandmother, and when he turned 19 years old, he got an imperial summons. And for the next 6 years, he lived with the emperor, mind you, the same one that killed his father.
Hang on. Say that last sentence again.
For the next 6 years, he lived with the emperor, the same one that killed his father. So now he lives with Emperor Titties, the one that killed his father.
Titties? Gosh, he freaking Negan'd him. He was trying to adopt the... Okay.
The emperor even named him, so that's how we got Caligula, because that's... Callie. The emperor named him Callie.
That's the first time you said Caligula this whole time ever since
so
you...
hard.
Caligula. I like it.
And he named Callie and another grandson heir to the throne. So now, you killed the guy's dad, but now he can be in potential, like...
All of a sudden, boom,
heir
they're
to the
lying.
throne.
That's crazy.
Which
I
later
wonder
we
why
do know.
I wonder why he had such an affinity for
know.
this kid. How old was he, I wonder, when his parents died? You said 16-ish for the older brother, for Drusus and Nero. What was his name? The young one?
Callie.
Oh, you just said that.
That's
yeah.
okay.
Gaius
He was
Caesar.
like 6, 7. Okay, don't. He was like around that age when Emperor Titties killed his father.
6 or 7 years old.
And then he went and lived with his grandmother until he turned 19. And then the emperor was like, all right, come here, dude. Which is weird because I don't know why after all that time you waiting for him to be 19. I'm almost positive he was 19 at that time. Or he was like 6, 7 or like around that age.
Okay.
But I don't understand why he waited until he turned of a certain age to like say, oh, come live with me. Come learn the... It's weird. Why? I think because the emperor had guilt for killing his father. He knew that the others were alive. But I think there's also another reason why he picked Callie, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
So obviously we know Callie eventually will become emperor because we talked about him in our last story.
I feel like this is a whole prequel story. It's interesting the route you took with it, but I really like it.
So, can I get comfortable really quick?
That is not allowed.
I'm a little uncomfortable. My back hurts.
Oh.
Okay. So Callie could not control his natural brutality. He loved watching torturers and executions, and would even disguise in wigs and robes, I put robes, abandoning himself nightly to the pleasures of leading a scandalous life. So this included debauchery, even includes the rape of his 3 young sisters.
What?
Yes.
Wait, Callie?
Callie raped his 3 young sisters. So, those sisters' names...
I felt sorry for Callie. Not anymore.
Yeah. So, Callie raped Agrippina the Younger, Julia, and the last sister's...
Wait. You said that... I'm making my notes here. You said the sisters Callie, Julia, and Agrippina. You didn't say that was Claude's sisters. Wait. I thought those were his niece and nephews.
Claude? Give her a minute. I know I'm throwing a lot of names.
So Claude raped...
Claude, we're not talking about Claude in this story anymore.
Oh, you're just retelling the story that Callie raped his younger sisters, which you did already tell me.
Yeah.
Not a new rape story.
Right. I'm going to tell you about the 3rd sister. Her name is Drusilla. Drusilla. Okay. So he raped his sisters. So now we have all the children of Agrippina the Elder. Those are all her children. There is 6 of them.
Okay. Yes.
So even with this recorded to the emperor that he was raping his sisters, the emperor married the 3 women to allies. He's like, let's get them out of here. He's raping his sisters. This is weird. We got to get them out of here before they start saying more. People find out more. So he marries them off to these allies. So now the 3 sisters are married. And, Agrippina, she was married to a man named Aphenobarbarus. I'm going to just call him Barbarus. He's not that important.
Phenobarbital is a drug.
Oh. Your drug names. So now this is where you want to kind of keep track, because this is where our story's headed. So Athena had a husband named Barbarus. Agrippina had a husband named Barbarus. And that resulted with a child later becoming Emperor Nero. So we're going to talk about Emperor Nero here in a little bit, but we got to get through Agrippina's story and how she married Claude. Okay?
Okay.
So in 37 AD, the emperor had died. So Emperor Titties died in 37 AD.
Okay.
Whoops. So in turn... they were trying to figure out who was going to be heir to the throne, because there was Callie and there was the other grandson. Well, under mysterious... No, I don't think it was mysterious. The grandson was murdered.
The other one?
So Callie took the throne. So that automatically gave Callie the throne.
It's interesting that the emperor... It's interesting that he could name someone that was not a blood relative as his heir, because this was that other guy's kid.
Yeah.
So the fact that he basically just adopted him, I wonder what the legalities of the time were behind the inheritance.
I think he actually had to adopt him.
Wow.
No, because he's older. I don't know. Good question.
But again, another generation, maybe these laws weren't as stringent, I guess.
Right. So, Callie's in charge now. Emperor Callie. Callie kept his favorite... He brought his sister... one of his sisters back that's married. and made her divorce the man that Emperor Titties made her marry.
Okay. Don't tell me you wanted to get with his sister again.
He kept her around as his mistress. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Just wait for it. And continued an incestuous affair with Agrippina. I know, it's so gross.
No.
So, Callie then had Drusilla marry off to one of his closest friends.
This is such tea. Okay, hang on. Callie.
I love you.
Okay.
Okay, so Callie makes her now marry one of his best friends. Who?
He's like, I've had my fill of you.
Spiciest tea of all.
They used to have orgies.
He had a name. I don't remember it because it wasn't important later on. It was rumored that that same man was Callie's male lover.
I'm not surprised. I was like, oh, how much you want to bet he wanted like a threesome with them?
So
that's crazy. What was that guy's name?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
It's like, it starts with an L. Let's just call him Lou. Mm-hmm. He even named Lou the successor. So if he died, what? Drusilla would be the emperor. She would become empress. She like, that's how, that's just wild to me that he was like, oh yes, marry her. So then that way, if I die, you can at least still have like all the good things. It's just, what?
I'm just picturing that scene in Community where he's like, me? Because he made her marry his bestie.
Well, unfortunately, Drusilla died early. She died very early on in her, I think she was like only in her late 20s, maybe.
So she was never one of the siblings that was like exiled, forced to marry anyone else?
Because she died before they were exiled.
Okay.
So Agrippina, not wanting to miss a beat, she wanted to take Drusilla's spot. She wanted the attention because if he was willing to give Drusilla the throne, maybe he would be willing to give Agrippina the throne.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she was sleeping with him, I guess.
So Agrippina goes to Drusilla's husband, Lou, and tells him, if you kill my brother, I'll marry you. And of course, that didn't work. And it had him killed. Whoops. And because of this, because Callie knew that his sisters were plotting against him, that's when Agrippina and Julia got sentenced to exile. Because he knew that they were trying to kill him, so he sent them off somewhere else. Full circle. But just in her favor, 18 months later, Callie was assassinated in 41 AD.
I thought you were going to say she was pregnant and she got to live.
No.
I thought, how's that in her favor?
No.
Did you say, but just in her favor? What did you say?
Just in her favor, 18 months later, Callie was assassinated.
How's that in her favor? If she's killed. What are you saying?
Because...
Am I just too high of a level?
Yes, yeah. In her favor, so this is so good for her that Callie dies because she got brought back from exile.
Oh, in the other person's favor, not in...
Yeah.
Just... Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I was like, what? Good for her.
No more. Do you have any of your Canada Dry?
Yeah. No. Yes. No. Yes.
Excuse me. I no longer drink caffeine. I am over a month clean, so I don't want to go back.
Ow. That's only the 4th time I've done that tonight, people.
Okay, so she comes back from exile.
Mm-hmm.
So remember that. But how Callie dies, it is said that he died by a sword. But the final blow was someone he had repeatedly mocked for being effeminate.
Effeminate?
Yes. I want you to tell me the meaning of effeminate.
You know something? Give me the context again, because it's not immediately clicking. I don't...
He was reportedly to be... The final blow was by someone he repeatedly mocked for being effeminate.
Transgender?
Close. Having feminine qualities untypical of a man. So I think he had like enlarged boobs,
that's basically like a guy that's like a girl.
Yes. So he apparently, like, this guy he was mocking apparently got the final blow on Callie. It was like a big like rally, and they all like killed him.
they're just called metrosexual. The poor guy was just like, oh, this is stylish. And then he's like, no.
So, because no one was there to take the heir to the throne, it would be the next elder.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
No one was there to take the heir to the throne from Callie?
Right.
Okay. Callie, no heir. Got it.
So his uncle, Claude, became emperor because it goes to the next elder. And he was the elder in line.
Oh.
Okay, so that's how Claude became emperor.
Wow.
And remember, in the beginning when I told you, Claude was just a shadow figure. He didn't like to be a part of any of this. He'd like to eat and play politics. That was it. That was his thing. So he didn't even win it by being dirty. That's the crazy part. He's the only one out of all this that I have read where he got things not by being, like, brutal. So, now that we have gone over Callie's fate, I do not bring him up anymore.
Okay.
Normally when someone dies, I'm not going to talk about him anymore. So, obviously, because they're dead.
She is harsh.
So Claude brought back Agrippina and Julia. And Agrippina, upon her return, retrieves her son, who is being taken. This is where it's going to get crazy.
Okay.
Agrippina. She's going to go back and get her son Nero.
Okay.
Nero was being taken care of by her sister-in-law.
Okay.
And these two did not like each other. They had a huge dislike.
Okay.
Her name is Dominita Lepida. That is Mark Antony's daughter.
What?
And that is
Mark Antony's daughter.
And whose grandfather was Mark Antony's? Or not Mark, I said it backwards. Whose granddaughter was Mark Antony?
My sister, you quiz me?
Yes, I'm quizzing you about this part.
I have it written down, I swear.
I know you do, because we were talking about Mark Antony and how, like, the Cleopatra thing.
Hold on, Professor.
It's okay, I'll drink some more Canada Dry. Sponsor us.
Oh my gosh, I know I wrote it down. I just can't even, like, the words are hard to focus on right now.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, because I wrote it down.
If I tell you, you're going to be like, I knew that.
Wait, how far back do I go? Holy crap, I have so many notes. Val's grandpa is Mark Antony.
So, Agrippina's sister-in-law
Got it, okay.
is Val's mother. So they're entangled.
There's all.
So that's how they all wind together.
I'm surprised they're not, like, born with
I know.
tons of gross incesty. Okay.
So Dominita, Val's mom, the whole reason Claude married Val was because of Dominita, Mark Antony's daughter. She persuaded Claude to look at her in different ways and, like, really, like, talked Val up, and that's how they ended up getting married.
The fact that you read all this and, like, had it organized and understood it so well, like, that's...
Yes!
I'm impressed. Not that I didn't think you were capable, but, like, you're really, like, plowing through this book.
So into it.
That's cool.
Okay. So Agrippina's husband, he had died.
Mm-hmm.
And she went to remarry another man called Crispus.
Kris Kringle.
But I think of like a crisp, like a.
I think of chips.
Chips, yeah.
I'm fat. I think of chips.
So with him dead, Agrippina just lurked in the shadows, knowing Valerie's wild ways would get her in trouble. So she's just waiting for Valerie to, like, slip up.
The mom. That's in the garden. Or not Val's mom.
Val. We're at a time period where Agrippina and Val would coexist together.
Okay.
And would not like each other.
Okay.
And Agrippina wanted her spot. Remember how Val was like, Julia's hitting on you. We gotta exile her and kill her.
Okay.
Well, Agrippina would watch what she was very careful around Val to not get Claude's attention because she didn't want to die like her sister.
Okay.
So, I'm going to tell you how Julia how she was, like, innocently killed, okay?
Okay.
Agrippina wanted to see how loyal Claude was to his wife, Val. So she sent her sister, Julia, to the emperor, but it failed, and Julia was sent into exile again, where she was discreetly killed by Val. So later it is proved that, like, Val, like, killed her. Because remember in the beginning it was supposedly.
Proved? Just by starvation?
I can't remember.
Or did, Val actually go there and physically get her killed?
Wait. Okay, hold on. Shoot, is that later in here? It is said.
I'm not falling apart. My bones are popping everywhere.
Okay, it's not this part. When I get to it, I gotta remember because it is the craziest thing that I read. So let's move on. So Julia died. She's gone. So now it's just Agrippina. She's the last one that lives at that tree. Mm-hmm. Okay, she's the last apple. Well, she has her son Nero. Still, even after getting her sister killed, she continued to scheme behind the scenes. This including befriending a man named Peleus, who we talked about earlier. And between those two, they spied on Valerie's and they actually spread stories of debaucheries about her. They would go to the town and tell everybody what Val was up to. Now, Agrippina married Claude with some choice words from his friend Peleus. So Val died. Mm-hmm. This is the part that I could not believe. It is said that when Val died, because remember Claude had her executed, mm-hmm. Agrippina said, "Fetch me her head."
Okay.
And it is said that she holds the head and talks to it and mocks her and is like, "Now see who won."
Oh,
now see who's
my gosh.
It was wild.
That's so
and I feel like that was common. They would bring heads
that'd be
back.
like doing that after the beheadings of executions. That'd be so messed up. They do that in the show The Great. They take the heads and they're sitting there making fun of them.
So she did that with Val's body when she died.
Dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's nuts.
I literally was so shaken that was
her beautiful curly black hair, and she's like, "Hey, look at you now." Ooh.
Now see who's with the emperor, in your
Just
face.
picture the jet black eyes, fogged over with the glaze of zombie death.
That would be a cool AI picture to regenerate, to see.
Yeah, it would.
One thing that helped Agrippina's cause to marry Claude was that she was young enough to sire more children. Mm. There were some obstacles because she was married. Agrippina, remember, she's married to Crisp. The Crisp guy.
Mm-hmm, the chips.
Well, in her favor, of course, her husband died. And many people believe that to secure her position of marrying Claude, she poisoned him. Just so she could be with Claude. But the second obstacle was the big elephant in the room that she was his niece, and it deemed incestuous.
Yeah.
They passed a new decree to which they could wed. They made a special law that they could marry each other. It's so gross. Mm-hmm. Go out of all that way to want to, just for power. It's so gross. Well, finally, after all her hard work paid off, she wanted to make certain to everyone how much influence she had held. Oh, excuse me. Boo. Sorry. My eyes literally went cross for a second. It was so weird. So she wanted to show everyone how much influence she had. You do not have to remember this name. It's just something that happened.
Okay.
Her first victim was a woman named Lolia Paulina, who was Callie's third wife, who had always been a rival against Agrippina for Claude's hand in marriage. So when they were trying to figure out who was Claude going to marry, it was Agrippina or Lolia, Callie's third wife. So they always had something out for each other because they obviously both want the emperor's hand. So now that Agrippina's, in power, she wanted to get rid of Lolia because she didn't want her to be more oh, she's going to steal Claude from me. We don't want her to do that.
You said, is her name Lolita?
Lolia, Lollia. To me, it sounds really pretty.
That does sound pretty.
So her best
Lolia.
course of action was to get rid of her by accusing Lolia of having consulted with astrologers and magicians regarding the marriage. I didn't know that was like an outlaw.
Interesting
Like
thing.
that-
I guess the witch
I
hunt
didn't know that.
started very early.
So immediately the Senate took her property and sent her into exile, where she was forced to take her own life.
Oh,
Just for
poor
competing for
Lolia.
her hand in marriage. Her next rival, Dominica Lepidus, was executed, and all of Valerie's most trusted servants and aides. They were all just dead. She just killed them because Val associated, like they worked for Val.
Hold. Why would astrology be a crime when, like, in the days of Plato and Aristotle, they used constellations and star maps and star signs? Like, scientifically, they thought it was very important. And you're telling me in this time period, did this take place before or after times where philosophers used astrology?
That's a question I don't know, and I think it'd have to be a previously on Gummy Buddies, because I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm interested in that evolution of social,
Yeah.
like, isn't that weird to think that we as humans have evolved in such a way where, like, our laws just change so much? Like, they're like, boom, let's make incest legal. And now we're like, heck no, highly illegal. The way people's brains have evolved.
Developed, yeah.
Yeah, with things to ban. That's interesting. Okay.
So she killed off all these people. And Agrippina wanted to make more advances in the court by having her son Nero, okay, marry Octavia, who is the daughter of Val. So now Agrippina's like, hey son, I'm going to make you marry Octavia because it's going to secure your role in for the crown. But there was another obstacle that blocked Agrippina's grasp. Octavia was already betrothed.
What?
Agrippina started to spread a rumor about the young man that he was having an incestuous affair with his sister. So how ironic. So Agrippina's out there telling the town, like, oh, Octavia's, like, soon-to-be husband is out here sleeping with his sister. So she's, like, spreading this everywhere. And the poor man got sentenced into exile because of that. And with that being said, Nero and Octavia were betrothed. Just like that. Now, you think she would be satisfied, but her position still wasn't fully secured. If Claude would die, she would not be empress. The heir to the throne would take place. So she starts working on Claude to adopt Nero as a son. So she hires Peleus to put a bug in his ear that he should adopt him the same way Emperor Titties adopted to Callie. To his nephew.
Someone took you in and brought you up.
You should do the same thing. But because on Claude's death, the heir to the throne was Brit, his son. So with this grew and like more complications, and she's like trying to figure out how she can like kill all these people off and get her way to the tippy top. If adopted, he would be marrying his legal sister. So now we have that. With the public eye of incest, because it's all about incest now, okay? Agrippa had one thought. For Octavia, who is of high noble blood, to be adopted to some random family.
What?
So now Octavia is no longer Claude's daughter. She belongs to some simpleton family with that name.
Who was married to Nero.
Yep.
But I thought Agrippina who was the one that had this, who was trying to get this marriage to happen? Agrippina?
Yeah.
But that's her own, no, not her. Yeah, her son is Nero. Why would she not want that to be valid? Because Octavia was marrying Nero, but you're saying...
But he wouldn't have been emperor. She wants Nero to be emperor.
Yeah, so that needs to be valid.
Okay, so like if Brit died, right?
Okay.
Octavia would become empress. And she doesn't
Not
want that.
Nero.
So to make Nero emperor, he would have to be the adopted son of Claude. Has to be.
So how to kick her own daughter-in-law out of the line?
Out of the family tree.
Why wouldn't she just let her daughter-in-law become empress? Because her son's going to be right there next to her anyway.
Because she can't control her. Because that's not her daughter. Like, because that was Val's daughter. So she's like, I have no control over this person because she's grown up enough. So Octavia is now adopted by another family. And this move truly showed how much power Agrippina had. And she placed, like, her key supporters in government positions so, like, she could get more of what she wanted without anyone questioning. But sooner after, Claude's time would come to an end. And many believe Agrippina was the one who did it. And Claude fell into a coma, but vomited up his stomach contents, and then he was poisoned a second time.
Whoa. And you said, hang on.
I feel so bad that this episode's so long.
Valor Agrippina. So no one knows if it was Valor Agrippina that killed Claude.
If it was Agrippina who poisoned him, she would have had to have poisoned him first. And because she couldn't have done it alone because he was poisoned a second time. And all the evidence points to a figure named Locusta. Locust. It looks like locust with a TA.
Not related to Dominita Lapida.
Nope. It's just this woman.
I just wanted to say Dominita Lapida.
She's known for being a master, like, poisoner. Like, she's a mastermind of, like, slipping people poison. And during this time, there was actually a very increase in poisonings in ancient Rome. They
kept track of the stats on that?
Yeah. So the most favored potion was a vegetable derivative that included belladonna alkaloids, such as hemlock, aconite, and yew. Yew? I think it's yew.
Y-E-W?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can't believe they even found, like, the favored mixture of, like, what they would slip them of poison. I think that's crazy that we can track that to now times.
Yeah.
So Claude died when he was 64 years old, and he had been on the throne for 14 years. And many Romans were upset because...
How did he die?
By being poisoned.
Oh my gosh, we just said this.
That's okay. A lot of people were upset because he was the most peaceful ruler.
Yeah.
I mean, like, besides his wife Val and all the killing beforehand, and now Agrippina, like, him as a general person
all
was
the way
so
up until
great.
that point, he was good.
And, like, the love that he showed for Val, like, even, I think it just showed how much of a good ruler he was. We're getting close to the end. I promise.
No, I've been enjoying this.
So, at last, on October 12th, 54 AD, Nero was declared emperor. And some citizens questioned why he became ruler as conspired to Brit, but no one said anything about it. But there was a catch.
What? No one said anything?
No one said anything.
Wasn't Brit still alive?
Yeah.
And Brit was just like, I'm good.
I think, I don't know why he didn't, like, fight it more, but there was a catch. So Nero was only 17 years old, and he was too young to rule. So Agrippina, therefore, took the role until he became of age.
Shocker.
And she
who held the beheaded lady's head?
She was given the empress title, and her face appears on every coin in the land next to her son's.
Wow.
Agrippina made certain that all rival claimants besides Brit was sent to exile or killed. And Nero soon began to discover as much pleasure in absolute power as his mother did. He squandered money as if it was water, enjoyed orchids, seduced both boys and girls, and lived in a debauched life. Debauched life. This wasn't the worst of it. In Agrippina's eyes, even though she knew her son was doing all of this, the thing that, like, ticked her off the most was he started to show little respect for his mother. He started to have an affair while still married to Octavia with a former slave girl who was now a free woman named Asite.
Interesting. Okay.
So Agrippina was furious that he was doing this now in the public eye, and that this slave girl could be the future daughter-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
So Nero banished Peleus, who had some, like a lot of people suggested, had become Agrippina's lover by that point. So he was like, Peleus, you're exiled. That's what I'm going to do to my mom because she keeps giving me all this attitude and all this stuff. But in retaliation, Agrippina threatened her son to replace him with Brit. So she's like, if you keep this up, if you keep acting like this, I'm going to put Brit on the throne and you'll get nothing. To make it more real, she started to show more interest in Brit. So I think by, like, in those times, they didn't, like, show the other children, like, a lot of attention. Like, it was, yeah. And Nero, believing every word his mother said, he hired the famous Lacosta, the same one that poisoned Claude, that is suspicion to poison Claude, to poison his stepbrother. So Brit died to poison, just like how Claude died. The same kind of poisoning.
Brit didn't even argue against him getting the throne. Like, Brit did not put up a fight, and yet
as much as I know, I don't
he
think
killed
so.
him?
Yep.
Wow.
So Nero just needed his mother out of the way next. He has Peleus killed and removed the armed guard that had once been around his mother and revoked all her titles. So Nero, like, strips his mom of everything.
What did she do to him? She's the one that got him in this position.
I know. It was because she retaliated against him and was like, I'll replace you if you keep it up. So he was really mad about that.
Dang.
So Agrippina left the palace, and next to nothing of dirt, had nothing more. And Nero set out spies everywhere to watch her every move and make sure she had nothing up her sleeve, because he knew that his mom was like a mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
Extraordinarily, when you think she just would quit, she does the unthinkable. She decided the best way to win her son back was to have an incestuous affair with him.
Oh,
I'm
my
not even kidding.
Ugh.
So,
I'll just seduce my own child.
That's
so disgusting.
Yes,
that
we're
makes
that
me
low.
so mad as a mom. Ugh.
She satisfied her husband. She satisfied her son with wine and good food. And she climbs up on the table and carefully arrayed herself.
What?
And she laid there, like, ready for incest.
No.
Yes.
Was she successful?
She caressed her son.
Oh, no.
and smothered him with kisses, making a display over her.
No, stop.
So while this is happening, these quarters, like, you know how they're like the people that, like, just stand in there, and other officials saw what she was doing. The emperor tries to escape her, but he's drunk. But you can tell he's like, get off of me.
Mm-hmm.
So
wait, so Nero was like, Mom, get off.
Yeah, and she wouldn't. Yeah. So one of Nero's advisors sent in Achatate, the former slave girl, to Nero's side. And she whispers in his ear that the rumors were spreading fast about what he was doing, and that his mother had no shame, and that the Imperial Guard would not tolerate such tawdry crimes. To resolve this, Nero had his mother, Agrippina, killed. But it was not such an easy task,
as she was
such a witful woman.
Mm-hmm.
He attempted to poison his mother 3 different times, but she had an antidote each time she would get poisoned.
What's with the poison wars?
Next, Nero built a collapsible boat, which when set on water would fall apart, and he wrote his mother to reconcile and have her join him for a feast. It was like this really, like, important feast that happened back in the day. It was like a big day event.
Mm-hmm.
Of course she attended, and Nero hired his captain to make a scene and cause, like, an accident, like, make a really big deal. So now Agrippina doesn't have a boat to go home, but luckily Nero has a boat that she can use. The collapsible boat. But even that plan had failed. Nero God, get it together. So she accepted. She's on this collapsible boat.
Mm-hmm.
He goes back to the palace, and he stayed up all night. He's like pacing back and forth, waiting to hear the news of his mother that she drowned in this collapsible boat.
You said the words collapsible boat a lot.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just like, collapsible boat. And you haven't stumbled over it like once. You're like on this vibe. Okay.
So, but he didn't get the news that he wanted. Agrippina was able to swim to shore.
Oh my gosh.
And she only suffered a small injury to her left shoulder. But when Agrippina got to the shore, the boat is sinking in the distance. She noticed a woman stating to be the emperor's mother.
Wait, what? Hang on. I thought Agrippina was the emperor's mother.
Yeah. So there's another.
To be her?
So Agrippina, she's crawling to the shore.
Okay.
Imagine her. She's up there on the shore. And she hears a woman shouting in the water that she was the emperor's mother. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Let me continue. The guards saw the woman and bludgeoned her to death. Like the crew,
like the real Agrippina or the fake one?
The fake one. So in front of. Okay. So that woman's in the water. They take her out of the water and they literally kill her, like stabbed her repeatedly. What? So it just showed that. So Agrippina knew that this was all planned, like a planned setup, like that she was actually supposed to die, like how that woman died.
Okay.
So she knew her son was up to something. With knowing her son was plotting against her, she watched her every move, like very carefully. But her son Nero was one step ahead. He sent guards to the villa for her to never wake up again. He's like, you're going to go kill her, and you're going to kill her now.
Dang.
There are various reports of how Agrippina died. In one report, it looks like a suicide, and she was just dead. And reportedly, Nero rushed to examine her body and would hold her dead limbs in between his hands and examine them and take drinks in between. And, like, he was literally looking her over head to toe, like, and holding her dead. Like, it talks about how he would, like, fold her joints and stuff. It was, like...
He's playing with his mom's course.
Yes.
The mom that tried to seduce him.
Yes. So, but historians believe...
We've talked about full-on cannibalism. This grosses me out a lot more.
While historians do believe that she was killed by several blows of the sword to the stomach, and then afterwards to hide evidence of foul play that she was burned on a bonfire. They have more evidence supporting that theory. But even after her death, no one appeared to suffer but one. So one person suffered her death. Was suffering from her death. Who do you think it would be?
Hang on. I'm like a level 7.
Okay.
I assessed this being Christmas time and there being a fire going in the living room and a Christmas tree like glowing there and it like being cold outside.
Oh.
Really weird. That's so weird. Okay. Who do I think, see, and I'm still like really locked in. Who do I think would benefit the most from Agrippina? No.
Who do you think suffered the most from her dying? Who
Suffer
do you think
mourned
her the most?
Not Nero.
I'm so excited to see your answer.
Okay. I think it's back on. Look how many notes. Okay. I think Octavia? Wait, what? Hang on. I don't want to fail this class. I'll never graduate. Say it again. One more time.
Who do you think suffered the most when Agrippina died? Who do you think like was so sad and hurt and could not live in this world anymore because she was gone? This horrible woman who killed all these people, who was not beloved by many. Who do you think? You don't have to overthink it. Don't overthink it.
Okay, all right. I don't know. What about our sister that was still alive?
They all died. She was the only one left.
Shoot. I don't know. Just tell me.
Her son Nero.
What?
Was the most saddened by her death. For the rest of his life, he was plagued by bad coincidences.
I just was like, oh, Nero. No, definitely not him. What?
Sometimes being haunted by her ghost. And while other times being pursued by the fairies. I know. I said furries in my head when I read it earlier. Okay. We're almost done. Focus. The furries. Oh my gosh. You're so
Save that. Oh my
We're almost
gosh.
done.
He was being chased by the furries.
The Furies. And I think that's a famous,
A Viking.
It's something important. I can't remember what it was. But anyways.
Nero being haunted is really, that would be another really cool AI image.
He even employed several occultists to exercise. God! Now you're making me, Katie! Oh my god. To, exercise. An exorcism! He hired a bunch of occultists to perform this exorcism. I'm almost done. Be serious for just a second. We're almost done. So he employed...
My name isn't serious, it's Katie.
So he employed these people to do an exorcism on his memory because she still plagued his conscience. Conscious?
Mm-hmm.
Is it conscience? Conscience! I was not saying that. I don't think I was saying that right. And manifested her in his dreams. So he would dream about her all the time. And sadly, because he was like going crazy about killing his mother, a lot of people who he ruled over, like he would kill people left and right for no reason. Because he was crazy.
Of Emperor Nero and like busts of him, but I didn't know anything about him until tonight.
So he was known for going mad after like he killed his mother. Until his death.
I would have gone mad when she tried to lay herself naked in front of me on the table.
Until his death in 68 AD, he still continued, and his mother had done before him, to live a bloody and brutal existence. So I'm sure that the stories of how bad Nero was as an emperor would be horrifying with how much bloodlust there is, even more. So
I'd be like, it's okay, I don't want to be emperor.
I did want to do something about Nero,
that.
but that's not enough time. Like, this was a lot anyways. So here's your phone. And that was it. That was my topic. Nothing about true crime, but I wanted you to know
there was true crime. It happened. It just
wild
really
these women
old
are.
True crime. That's just a cold case, patience. That's all this is. The coldest case, apparently.
I think it just blows my mind how powerful women were back then.
Yeah, you're right.
To just kill so many people.
To be able to be an empress. And then we kind of devolved, and isn't that weird? I would think that would be a wow.
I think if we had that much
power back then, why would be so progressive and then all of a sudden not, and then progressive again?
I'm just annoyed that like they had so much power back then. Like, why now in this world do we not? Why do we not have that much power?
I just thought of something really deep. Okay, so like
that was a total pecans moment.
I'm sorry. I'm just really on this thought train
go
here.
Ahead.
What if humanity goes in phases where we're more progressive and liberal and then we're less? So like what if throughout history it's been like slavery and then it's like free them and then somehow we go back to slavery again and then back to freeing them. Like human behavior, the psychology behind it, what we approve of socially and what we don't. I'm just extremely intrigued of how many phases we've gone through of racism, no racism. Like historically, as we evolve in the future, are humans going to go back to being racist? I mean, they kind of are now. So like, is that going to take a deep dive into some horrible thing? And then all of a sudden we'll feel a different, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I totally get it.
Just how society, I really liked this episode. How society is compared then versus now, but like, the gossip.
Like, okay, here's another way to put it. It's like a little sad. An execution being a dishonor, where like suicide now is like more of a dishonor.
Yes, suicide is more of a shame upon your family. And then back then it was the honorable thing to do. So then what if we go back to it being an honorable thing again now? That's sad. I mean, I don't want that to
thing. Yeah.
But, whoa.
It's crazy.
I can't think of other examples of like things that are socially acceptable and not. Like what if all of a sudden we're not allowed to eat vegetables for some reason? I'm trying to think of a different major life change. Like,
yeah.
Whoa.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that That is the story of Valeria, Messalina,
Crap, this is a long
and
episode.
Agrippina the Younger.
You did so good, though.
I did a lot. And
You guys, we might have a shorter second
good.
half just because of how long this is, so... That was... Okay, I'm going to tell you something. I don't want you to get emotional.
Okay. I'm nervous. Don't make me nervous. Wait, let's double check really quick before you tell me.
Why am I always the
6'7"?
burper? I'm
6'7"?
always the burper.
Okay, Miss Burr. I'm like
Deja vu. I think we said this last episode.
I'm like a 7. I'm a 7.
Oh, I'm definitely like an 8 or 9.
Okay.
I'm
Sweet.
definitely way up there.
Oh.
And I am excited about snacks.
I am too.
I'm going to tell you the thing.
Okay.
See, I'm kind of with it still. This was my hands down favorite episode you've done. Hands down. This was my absolute favorite.
No freaking way.
I loved it. I think you should definitely continue in a trend with your Gossip Girl style delivery with like historic stories. You dishing it like tea like you do now. I love that spin you gave it, like that narrative voice of, listen up, girl, this is what happened. I do that a little bit in my stories sometimes where I'm like, so he said, screw this guy, I'm going to get revenge. Like, you know how I dish it like gossip a little bit? You full sent that, and I loved it. It was really good. Yeah.
That's so
You
sweet.
did really good.
I'm gonna cry.
No, this is what we're going to say.
I appreciate that so much because I actually, and like I said, I got it all out of this book
Mm-hmm.
and just deep dive from there because I was like, well, in this book, so I wanted.
Don't be afraid at a ghost orb. There was a ghost orb.
I just presented it to you the first way that I read it.
Okay.
So in this book,
Like
it
the
goes
same timeline, you mean?
It tells the story of Valerie Messalina, and I was like, dang, this woman killed a lot of people. Like, what the heck? And then I turned the page and I was like, Agrippina the Younger. That she was just in the last story. And I literally read it and I was like so mind blown that the two flowed so together. It was wild. I was like reading it for the first time, like how I told you. I was like, are you kidding me? An incestuous relationship like this is happening out of a like book like this? It was so crazy. And I was like, I have to include them because it's like they were both so terrible.
First
because
of all, you
they
just had
wanted
a
to
ghost
fight.
orb fly in front of your face.
I'm sorry.
No. Patience.
So, yes.
I just ISS'd you being...
Yes.
Okay, do you like it when I tell you the filters that my brain puts on you? You were a graduated from college high school teacher, and you were sitting there lecturing a class, and you were like, so Agrippina, and I just pictured you being the best high school teacher ever, because imagine having a teacher like that that's like so passionate, and so you would be such a good history teacher. Like,
so, do you like the aspect of me having you write relationships down?
when it's that many, heck yes. I
Okay.
can't keep track of that without writing that down.
I don't have it with me. I actually left it at work. I made an actual tree of people that were stick figures, and I would connect them with hearts with their little names by them. And I made a tree, and I was like, Katie will not remember any of these names if I don't make her make a tree herself.
I made an actual tree.
I love it. I think you did a really good job taking notes, and I'm so proud that you knew so many things when I would come back to them.
I was really focused. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you'd be a really good teacher because you made it interesting. Like, it wasn't just, here's these facts. You were making it so relatable. Like, with the setting the scene and with the specific quotes. Like, you did such a good way of bringing that history to life with your way you story told that.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
That genuinely, like, because I like stories like this where it's more history and not the true crime.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little crime.
But there's true crime in there, yeah.
I like that a lot more compared to, like, the stories that we normally tell.
Mhm.
And I feel like this was a really good switch for me.
You could write a book called The Tea of History.
I wanted to tell you
It's so
in a
good.
way that I was happy.
Mm-hmm.
And so that makes me feel really good that you feel that way.
Yeah. Highly enjoyed that. If you did every episode like that, I think it would be very, like, ear-catching for people to listen to. Like, I think they would be hooked.
Can I tell you the whole reason why I decided to tell you it gossip style?
Why?
I saw a TikTok. Now, mind you, I have never read the Bible.
That took a turn.
These girls were listening to a podcast. There is a podcast. I don't know where it's at. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, someone telling Bible stories, but like it's tea?
She reads the Bible as if it was tea.
And get this. So God had to rest on day 7, right? Like that?
And then she's like, oh, but Adam? Oh, he was doing this behind Eve's back. And she was like telling it
That's so...
And I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've never listened to the Bible or like read it. And so she was like...
Did you know the Bible has different versions, like King James Version, the NIV version?
I know there's different versions, but I don't know the difference between
I would be willing to bet you going into Barnes & Noble that there is a version of the Bible that's told like modern tea. I bet you a whole version exists.
Because, dude, she had me hooked. Because she was like, and then they... Hold on.
And I like...
Let me think. What's his name? The one that... David? She's like, and then David had to go in there with the lion... And, like, she's, like, telling it, like, yeah, and then this douche, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, this is how I wanted to tell you a story, gossip style, so you could be like I love it.
And it makes it more realistic, too, when we give them stupid nicknames.
Yeah.
If you hear a noise, my stomach just growled. My stomach just growled really loud.
Emperor titties. I just liked, like, having our own little fun spin on it. Like, us mocking
the nicknames are peak and just chef's kiss. I would clap, but then the earwax.
I'm so happy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with anyone...
Dang, we're at 2 hours and 7 minutes. I think your effort you put in the research showed off.
Good, because
like,
after, like... Girl, when we started recording, because we started at, like, the 25-minute mark, I've been talking that long.
I have to tell you.
And it's gone by so fast.
I am so focused tonight. So, real quick before we close off for snack time... thing I wanted to tell you, that TV show, it's called Spartacus. Spartacus. It's a really raunchy, like really like explicit show. It's like blah, blah. And the crazy thing about the show is it describes a lot of debauchery like this and power play. Same like era, I believe. I'd have to look up timelines.
We should watch it. I'd watch it with you.
You.
A girl.
Here's the thing. Like 2 seasons in, the main actor that played the guy who was like screwing everybody, he died. So they had to recast his role to a whole different character. And I never watched it after the guy was recast.
Let's watch it.
Dude.
Mark it on our list.
Yep. I wrote it down in the book because I didn't want to forget. But I'm like really...
That's crazy.
I'm like a good level 7 or 8, but I'm still like really focused tonight. It's very weird.
I'd want to watch that because after reading this, we're going to read the play at snack time. I'm going to get it.
Yes.
I'm going to get it.
I'm so excited.
It's good. It is good. So to see an adaptation of my stories tonight, I would love to watch something with it.
I love it. I'm really excited.
And I am ready for snack time, and I also have to pee.
Well, so let's go. Okay. All right, level check before we go.
7.
8.
Pecans. No.
I was a sliver of a pecan off. Snack time.
We are back from snack time.
Patience thinks she's the conductor.
Again, we still need the hat.
What? You didn't see anything.
Look how much attitude. So we're gonna level check.
Pecan. Okay, and now who's conducting? I can't believe you missed a pecans moment. I feel betrayed. I'm divorcing you. I unfriend you. We could act out commercials.
Girl.
Oh my gosh, redoing commercials? That'd be so funny. We could make it a TikTok series.
Look at you. What's your level, Katie?
It's Genius Conductor, thank you. It's Mrs. Genius Conductor to you.
With ideas like that, it sounds like you're at a 10.
I don't know. What are you at?
Probably like an 8 going into a 9. I'm probably like in that range. You have to be at a 10.
There's no way we're not on the same level.
You have to be on a 10.
No. Well, either way, I still feel like we're the same.
What was your favorite thing at snack time?
The part where you kept talking because I have indigestion.
Okay, so we had a few different things. I think that we had taquitos. I think that was the best. They were very, like, creamy. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
I had truffle oil chips. The brand Kettle Cooked. Kettle? Just Kettle.
I think it's Kettle.
Mm-hmm. The truffle chips, 10 out of 10. Just like the taquitos.
Very
10
good.
out of 10.
It was a good snack time.
The only thing that would have made the taquitos better is if I had like a little salsa dip to dip it in, or sour cream. I know you don't like sour cream, but oh.
I also at snack time read the play. I was reading like different pieces to Katie, and it was like so good to reread it. Like, I want to read more plays high because I think I'd be so into it. Mm-hmm. So we did that, and that was nice. It was a good snack time for us.
It was a very good snack time. Yeah, I don't know. I just came off the heels of such a good topic. You did so good.
Thank you.
So, this TV show with the naked people.
Okay.
Back to the important things about your topic.
The
all the sex and orgies. The Spartacus show. Yes. Like, so this was back when I was early years married to Jared. Living in the trailer. And we're sitting there and this show's coming out new. And so Jared and I would sit and we would watch it like every week or whatever it aired. Because we had dish back in the day. So we had to wait. And we faithfully watched that whole dang series until that guy died. And I just forgot it existed completely until tonight. Like, it was a huge memory unlock.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm. Those naughty shows, sometimes I don't know how they get away with it. Like True Blood.
I've never seen it. But speaking of True Blood.
Okay.
So, like, a romantic series, Damon and Elena is by far, if I could anytime you rewatch Vampire Diaries, you, like, feel their love, and it's crazy that someone can write that to make you feel so, like, maybe it's just us.
It's just a really well-made show.
We're
empaths.
Yes, I feel like that has a big part in us.
I would be really into tarot right now. I would be so into trying tarot cards right now over high. I would do that instead of your Ouija board fantasies. I would do tarot with you.
I like the Ouija boards. Rude. So that love that they have together, just like I could watch that right now, and I feel like I would literally. Girl, we are watching Vampire Diaries high together. If I can ISS to being Greatest Showman, I can ISS being
We've done
Vampire
it before.
Diaries.
I can't believe you forgot.
We have?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were really high and you passed out really early, but I thought you were really into it, and then you were gone. I can't believe you don't remember that.
No.
You never remember movies or shows, though, really.
No, I have amnesia.
Literally. I'm from the Amazon.
I bet there's some sort of disorder where you can't remember shows. I think there has to be something. That'd be a good previous. I want to know.
The issue of memory loss, specifically with the titles of...
Just any recollection of, like, movies or shows that you've watched before. Because most things I can rewatch and it'll feel like the first time again.
I remember there was a show called, Moon something. It's a werewolf show. I was so confident with the title just now, but then the memory loss just hit me out of nowhere. Weird.
I wanted to watch Teen Wolf.
There's another one. Something Moon. Nope, I give up. It was a really good show. It had a character named Mick. Was the main character. It was a werewolf. Oh. It got cut short and canceled. Really good show. Forgot it existed till now. We're bad. We need to get you caught up on Bridgerton. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of TV shows that we don't finish. Like, there's one we got hooked on that we need to finish watching the new season on. It's called Found.
Oh, so good. Mm-hmm. And our hot, sexy man is in it. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. God, he's so attractive. We totally had a pecans moment.
I know, and we were like, do we say it? Our pecans was doubting if we should say pecans.
I need to watch, Found again would be really good. So then I'm going to take you on a trip. So circling back to the topic tonight, I earlier was picturing imagine if you could see the eye through someone else's eyes that was like a historical figure. Like, I assess yourself right now
like
being
as a
Cleopatra.
ghost?
but you're seeing through her eyes, and you're walking, and you see, like, all this, like...
Ooh.
I literally was eye-assessing myself like that earlier. Like, I was picturing myself as...
Picture yourself as Queen Elizabeth.
It's literally creepy. Think, like, you can just picture the carpet and the color, like, vividly. When I was in there doing the play, that's how I felt.
I know we're at least both at a 10. I can tell. We're nerding out over our imaginary.
It's crazy, though, that you can think like that. Like, I was picturing myself as Val, like, walking through the garden and, like, feeling the hedges, like, rub up against my fingers as I walked. Like...
Ooh, yes,
it was nuts.
The crunch of the gravel while you walk or whatever. Okay. Oh, I was on to something. I was about to say something.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's not your fault. I'm just like, I know it was a really good idea.
Eye-assessing through someone else's eyes.
Okay. Nope. It's gone.
Sorry.
It's okay. Maybe when I edit, I'll remember. Or maybe it'll just come to me like your book title. That was crazy.
I don't think I've ever had a light bulb moment, but that was like the coolest thing.
That was very cool.
It was nuts.
Well, I think it's getting to be that
time to decease.
Yes, that's how that's said.
We're gonna be executed. That's where we're going next.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do a level check before we go.
10.
I'm sitting at a 10. Yeah. I feel pretty good there. I feel
solid.
solidly.
We keep peconsing right now, and we're not catching it, but we are doing it. I know we are.
Right. So. I'm making a toast with my Sheen Harry Potter Potions book case of lip gloss. I would like to express my thankfulness for TV shows that have men that are like yearning and so hopelessly romantic. A toast to good romance shows.
Oh my gosh, that's a great toast.
Thank you.
That is so good. And you know what's even more crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Not even kidding you. My toast. I have a cupcake bath bomb. My toast, I wrote it down.
Okay.
Was to reading new romantic books to make you feel like the first time when you watch romantic shows. My toast is to new books that are like that. Like when you showed me this is a romantic, but Haunting Adeline.
It was romantic.
Okay. Like showing that to me, that was my toast because I loved how he like just wants her. Mm-hmm. How crazy is that? We have this like almost the same toast.
Romantic? We're feeling romantic tonight.
I don't think we've ever done that on an episode where we have similar toasts.
I don't think so either. I'm
very like the flame is showing.
Yes. Oh, we also
We're aglow right now, Kate.
We're aglow. And glowing. Oh, wow. That was great. So, if anybody's still there, if you want to tell us any of your stories related to tonight, you can email us at gummybuddyspodcast@gmail.com. You can send us a TikTok at
Gummy Buddies Podcast.
And that's about it. Thank you so much for listening.
And we hope you enjoyed this extra long episode.
And thank you for being our
Gummy Buddies.